devil.
I love being black. All right, people, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And we're talking about Sanctuary City and how we view it here in the city of Chicago. And a lot of our immigrants here, those that are undocumented, unauthorized, they don't understand the way we think. And so today, I'm going to break it down why we think the way we think. So I'm going to break it down. And I'm going to take the first 20 minutes and begin to explain it from my point of view. Then I'm going to open it up for some calls. All right, because see, they are fighting against ICE right now, all around the United States. And they're wondering why black people are not supporting them in their fight. First of all, there is what you call a false unity. Now, if there's a false unity, there's a real unity. Now, we're talking about Sanctuary City. Let's keep it real. I don't want to listen. I'm not going to hold back no punches. I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. And this is real talk. Now, most people that are brown, a lot of them, they put white on their application. But in the public, they say brown. Now, which one is it? Is it white or is it brown? Now you say, well, Martin, don't be so harsh. You're so inhumane. No, I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Now, we are very sympathetic people, caring people. We are that. But we living in a capitalist country, city. That means we got to compete. And we're competing for jobs. This country have always had immigrants. Always have had it. But it was a point when it comes to an influx. And we know if there be an influx of immigrants, too many in this country, we know exactly who is going to hurt. It's going to hurt people that look like me that have been kissed by the sun. Real talk. We know that there is a wedge between us and the brown. We know it. Let's quit playing, people. They over here and we over there. Real talk. Now, we don't want to see people treated inhumane. At least I don't. But my thing is, we have a set of laws in this country. And don't we know, black people, from all the way from the smallest of misdemeanor all the way up to a felony, Class X felony. We've been made examples out of the law. We know that. We built this country. Our labor, our blood, our sweat built this country. We fought and still fighting the dominant society, white society. We call it white supremacists and racism. Real talk. We were the ones was told to go to the back of the bus. Not no immigrants. We were the ones that told you can't drink out of this water fountain. Or you can't swim on this beach. Or you can't come into this store. We were the ones told that you can't attend this university or grammar school. We were the ones told that you can't buy a house in this particular neighborhood. Real talk. And I want you guys to listen to me tonight. This is a necessary conversation. It may be painful, but it's necessary. And some of us, we love everybody. But when it's time to compete, that's off the table. It's like a sports team. I love Michael Jordan, but I'm not on Michael Jordan's team. So I'm competing against Michael Jordan to win. And black people should have that same mentality when it comes to immigrants. We don't want to be last. You said, well, Martin, well, what do you mean by last? We don't want to be left out. Blacks, we have this thing that every Hispanic or immigrant work for cheap labor. That's what we got in our mind, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Look at our community. Look at the sanctuary cities, Chicago. Look at the black businesses in our areas. You see a lot of vacant black businesses in our area. You see a lot of foreign-owned business in our area. You got to ask yourself, why is that? Why is it that we got some black politicians that's in key positions here in the city of Chicago and in the state of Illinois? They don't fight tooth and nail for black people. Why is it that the Black Caucus got to fight for black people and others? We have to ask yourself that question. Why? Why is it that when we go on these jobs and there's a mixed culture of immigrants on these jobs, you got the immigrants on this side and blacks on this side, and they're telling everything. They're competing against us for these jobs. You say, well, Martin, there's nothing wrong with someone coming from another country and want a better life. We want a better life too, as well. What makes you think that blacks don't want a better life? What makes you think that we don't want to be businessmen? What makes you think that we don't want to be construction workers? What makes you think that we don't want that too? We're natural born citizens here in America. And we should be first to everything. We shouldn't be second to none. All the wonderful inventions that we brought to this country. And still present this day, we're bringing inventions to this country. Real talk. White man told us to go to school. We went to school. Stay out of trouble. We stayed out of trouble. Get married. We got married. Go educate yourself. We educated ourselves. Move out. Move out to bad neighborhood. We move out to bad neighborhood. But it never seems to accept us. Never. And we know, those of us that have enough experience to know that you're never in with the white man. You're never in. You're never in with him. I don't care how well you do. He have a history of breaking every peace treaty. You said, well, Martin, how do you know that? Ask the Indians. They can tell you better than I can. Every peace treaty that they had with the white man broke it. In this country is a melting pot full of immigrants and natural-born citizens. Yes, it is. But when we have an influx of immigrants, who is it going to affect? It's going to affect the black community. Black folks that have been kissed by the sun. Real talk. We know the propaganda is going on with black people, that we're lazy, we don't want nothing, we're not good fathers, we're drug dealers, and we're pimps and all this stuff. We know the propaganda out here on black folks. But I want to tell my immigrant family, don't believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. Trust me, don't believe the lie. We fought for this country. We labor in this country, still laboring for this country. For us to have a 1-point-something trillion spending power in this country, how in the world are lazy people going to have that much spending power? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm being real tonight. I'm really being real. Well, you say, well, Martin, my parents came over here. They couldn't speak a lick of English, but they made it. They thrive and all that. Guess what, friend? If your parents came over here undocumented, came in this country illegally, or came in this country on a visa and stayed after the visa was over, your loved one is in this country illegally. America is a country full of laws. Don't we know, black people? Don't we know? Because you know they make examples out of us with the law and prosecute us by the law. Well, you say, well, Martin, it's nothing but a misdemeanor. It's still breaking the law. You got to remember this, black people. Those of us that have been kissed by the sun, the Foundation Black Americans, we don't have nowhere to go. At least the ones that they are trying to deport or send back to their native country, they have a place to go. So immigration may not be bad at all. Well, you know, Martin, if they do it to them, we next. When have they stopped messing with black folks? They kill us, they shoot us, they lynch us. We're redlining, we're gentrified our communities. We're lied to. Come on, somebody talk to me. And we're supposed to be a welcome city. Welcome all immigrants. And our black, with our black self, and our unemployment is out the roof. All these jobs, we ride up and down the streets of the city of Chicago, and we see the Hispanics and whites working on these construction sites. They're not working for no $5 an hour. Some of these construction jobs are union jobs. How would you like if someone come over in this country that can't speak the language, don't know the culture, but they come over here and get the best jobs? And we supposed to celebrate them. We supposed to be happy. We supposed to not say anything. Say, well, Martin, you spewing out hate tonight. I'm not spewing. I'm telling the truth and shame the devil. That's what I'm doing.
Tell the truth. And
that's what I'm doing tonight.
The devil.
Now, to my brown brothers and sisters, you can't be putting white on your application, then coming in the public, locking arms with us, holding arms, locking up, and saying brown and black and brown. But on your application, you're putting white on there. You said, well, Martin, there are black Mexicans. There are black Latinos. Yes. But they're not with us. A lot of immigrants come over this country looking at us like we're nothing. Nothing. That we're dirt. That's how they look at us. They look at us as being dumb and stupid because they've been indoctrinated by the system, the white system. Anytime a man can come into City Hall, Hispanic man, and say out loud that you're lazy, no more work for you, you're lazy. See, Claude Anderson told us 20-some, almost 30-some years ago that this was going to happen. They're going to start talking that old civil rights talk, that old Martin Luther King talk. And like they suffer right along with us. No. Where were they at during the civil rights movement? In mass numbers. Now, it was a few. I admit, there was a few. Very few. Very few. See, we got to keep it real, people. We got folks in high places, they're not concerned about the crime in the community. They're concerned about ICE and the immigrants. The scripture said, where your heart is, there will your treasure be also. They're putting their mouth where their money is. They are investing in these sanctuary cities with these migrants. That's what they're doing. And they want us to sit back and don't say nothing and be happy and celebrate them. And we supposed to suffer in silence. I told people a long time ago, people. I told y'all a long time ago. You know what I said a long time ago? You know what I said a long time ago? You know what I said a long time ago? That we could live in racial tension and have our needs met, or live in peace and harmony and be broke and begging and starving and gang banging and shooting and robbing and doing all those types of things. It's our choice. What is it that we want? I want to be happy for everybody, but I'm concerned about my people first, rightfully so. And I always say, I don't care what Bible you read or what Quran that you read or Book of Torah, the white man is going to feed his children first. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not mad at him for doing that. I'm mad at us because we don't do it. That's what I'm talking about. Some of you that's listening to me today, you hate black people. You crash out on black people. You call black people animals. You call them YNs. You call them the N-word. You can't stand them with your black self. You can't stand them. You rather shop with another man instead of shopping with the man that look like you. You make every excuse in the book not to shop with somebody that look like you. And the first thing you say, oh, I didn't know that was black owned. You never took the time to research where you spend your money at. You say, well, Martin, this is my money. I work for it, and I can spend it where I want. And you are so right. But why is it always spending with the other man and not with the man? Come on, somebody, help me. My old pastor said, if you can't say amen, just say I'm the man. You make an excuse not to go into a black nail salon. You make an excuse not to go to a black person, get your eyebrows arched or your toes done or your pedicure. You make an excuse not to go into a black restaurant or a black tax preparer. You say, well, Martin, they don't open up on time. You say, well, Martin, they don't keep their appointments. They're always gospeling, Martin. They're too pricey, Martin. I was just talking about earlier on the phone today. For all my homeowners, don't tell me and don't come on here talking about you try to help black people get them jobs from doing some construction in your house. And you know you go out there and get a crackhead and you give him cheap labor. And you pay him and you don't see him till 2 weeks later. Then you get on here talking about blacks don't want to work. You pay the Mexicans $200 a month for cutting your grass, but you want to get a crackhead $5 for out there for 2 hours cutting your grass and trimming and everything. And when you see him once in a blue moon, you see, I try to help the black, but they don't want to do right. But when you hire a black company that's professional, as you say, the first thing you're going to say, oh, they too pricey. They too pricey. You pay for what you get. You cut corners, you pay for what you get. Real talk. You pay for what you get. Listen, this thing is serious. You said, well, Martin, black and brown should unite. That would be a beautiful thing. If we can have some true unity instead of false unity. Real talk. And we can fight the power to be. Real talk. It's divide and conquer. Do you know my friend works somewhere in the suburbs, and I won't say the company. They had a position that there was a lot of Mexicans working there. They was paying $25 to start off. Now, since ICE came and ran a lot of unauthorized, undocumented, illegal immigrants away, now those same positions that they was paying $25, they're paying $18 now. This is what they think of us. Nothing. Do you think the white man is happy for you being a lawyer, being a nurse practitioner, a judge, a police officer, a politician? They're not happy for you. They can't stand your guts, and they just waiting and watching to see if you do anything wrong. And they're going to tell it because they want that job. They want it. They see their brother with their job. They see their sister with their job. They say these Americans lazy. My mother came in this country and she worked hard. Now she got a house. Here they are, was born here, and they lazy and don't have anything. We hard workers. Truly, anybody that come to you black people with that hard worker stuff, this is the first question you should ask them. Why didn't you stay in your own country to build up? That's what hard workers do. Hard workers don't leave. They stay and build. Now you're looking at a hard worker. We stayed in this country. See, you walked in this country. We was brought to this country. Not all of us, but we stayed here and made it work. And we fought the system, and we're still fighting the system right now today. What was my Mexican family and Polish family and Haitian and Belizean family at when the police was shooting black men in the back, unarmed black men? Where were you? Where were you during the Jim Crow? Somebody talk to me. Where were you when our black boys and girls was hung on a tree? Strange fruit. Where were you? Ask yourself a question. Where were you? We have a legitimate concern. I'm a natural born citizen here in this country, and I should not have to be second to none when it comes to resources. And again, let me make this public statement. I'm not mad at one immigrant. It's the system that allow them. It's the Democrats and the Republicans playing them against us. They playing this game upon one administration lets them in. Then the other administration trying to kick them out. The other administration, the blue, they gave them benefits, gave them money, promised them jobs, promised them the American dream. Promised them all that. Well, you say, well, Martin, They went over to them people countries and messed them people country up. Well, they need to stay in their own country and build back up. That's what they need to do. See, a lot of us, we are satisfied with what we seen on 79th and May the other day. We're satisfied with the smash and grab. We're satisfied with the carjacking. We're satisfied with the pimp talking and slick talking. We're satisfied with the gondoliers, with the shooters. We're satisfied being cool, walking with a little, little brother rib. We're satisfied with that. That ain't about nothing. Have you noticed in the black community where we'll kill one another, taking over drug turf or cigarette turf, but if a foreign owner come in the community and open up a business, we won't say nothing. But let me come in some of these communities and open up a store. They'll be trying to blow my brains out, rob me, steal everything. But when the foreigners come in, they love them. They laughing and skinning and grinning, all behind the counter, back in the back room doing some ungodly things. Foreigners come in our community, selling our young people guns, screwing our underage girls, selling us illegal drugs and guns. Y'all know y'all don't want to hear this type of talk. I know y'all ain't ready for this. You say, well, Martin, I'm tired of talking about immigration. I ain't tired about it. They taking up all the jobs. And I've said earlier today, we should have known someone's up what we call these big companies on the, they 1-800 number and all that. When they said punch 1 for English, 2 for Spanish. People, this is going to be a Spanish bilingual country. Yes, it is. And you hear some of the white folks saying on one side, it never happened. Then you hear the other folks on the other side, on the liberal side, we love everybody, we welcome them all. I ain't never seen white folks fight this so hard for some immigrants. Never. They don't fight for the black community. Why we don't have a hate bill? Why? And now they're trying to tell us, erase our history, get over it. You don't know nothing about no slavery. Slavery ain't just putting chains around your neck and around your ankles and on your wrist. We living in a new slavery. Slavery has transformed into another way. Real talk. We know oppression. Now, we may not know nothing about going into the cotton fields and picking cotton and working in 100 degrees sun, 120 degrees sun. We may not know about that. We may not know about putting a whip on us or chopping our foot off. But we know about discrimination. We know about being lynched. We know about being shot in the back while running away with no weapon in our hand. We know about separation. The white church and the black church. We know about the police department. We know that you had to make some civil rights bills in order for us to thrive here. We know about that. The Fair Housing Act. We know about that. And that wasn't too long ago. This is Black History Month, people. And I'm going to say it. Black people, we don't have no friends. I'm sorry. We just don't have no friends. We supposed to be happy for everybody else, and our children out here starving. Our children want money. They want jobs. What do you think? We got to be careful, people. We're going to be fourth-class citizens in this country. And they're going to have black people that look like me help us put us there if we're not careful. They can't stand your skin. They feel like that you don't deserve no education. You don't deserve a nice car. You don't deserve to be living in an affluent neighborhood. You don't deserve to have a gold card, a platinum car, American Express car. You don't deserve to be on television, acting, or on news. You got some folks like that. They can't stand your guts. You're nothing to them. I'm talking about black folks. And every time they see a young thug get gunned down, they're celebrating. You ought to go on some of them white bloggers' sites and where they make all these racial, and the black folks be right with them. Right with them. Listen, to my immigrant family, we know you don't like us. And who cares if you like us or not? We know you're here to compete against us. We know that the white man put you against us and us against you. But we're not folding in this country. We're going to stand. We're going to stand. Trust me. And one thing I do know about black people in this country, everything that was thrown at us, we made it through. You may knock us down, but we get right back up. We made it through mass incarceration, Jim Crow, slavery. We made it through those things. And we're not going to let no one erase our history. And whatever you did to our grandparents, we're going to remember that too, and we're going to take that to heart too. We're not going to forget it. You had them operating in fear, but it's a new day now. It's a new day. A new day. Our parents, they fought back. It's just not in the history books, but they fought back. We went on, fought in the war, and came home. Listen, the prisoners of war had more benefits than black folks. Ain't that something? Real talk. Real talk. Some of you guys don't like this talk. I can care less. We don't owe you no explanation. We love being black over here, and that's how we stand. This is a black channel, and that's what we represent. Everybody's welcome, but let you know where you at. We like the white folks. The white folks say, hey, now, you here in this country, but we run this country. They'll let you know. They definitely let you know. The same white people allow you to come in this country freely are the same ones going to kick you out. And we're witnessing that right now. That's what we're seeing. You say, well, Martin, you sound like a hateful person. I got full of love in my heart. I love black people. First. And I mean every word I said, and I'm not apologizing for nothing I said tonight. I mean it. I mean it, people. We've been oppressed for too long. Too long. Black people, are you going to sit and be silent and allow your sons and your daughters to be left behind? You say, well, Martin, I'm straight. I'm retired. I got my money, my car, and all that. I don't have that victim attitude. I'm straight. I am a victim of white supremacy / racism. And it still exists today. Some of you are so naive when it comes to racism. You don't even know when you see it. You don't even know how to recognize it. You think it's some black person, some white person calling you the N-word. Oh, it's more than that. Remember, George Blakemore told us, you don't have to call me the N-word, but you treated me like one. Real talk. Black people, what are we going to do? Are we going to swim or are we going to sink in this country. We have to compete for the jobs. The white man have already shown us we're nothing to him. Nothing. You fight too much. You complain too much. You whine too much. See, they know the other immigrants, they're not going to fight them. They can always deport them. Hit one button and you got to go. And I'm going to say this before I let you come in, Roosevelt. Let me say this. Look at the game that they playing on us, people. Well, I'm going to put this in the reel. If Chicago give up all the immigrants that they know that's criminal, ICE wouldn't have to be out here stopping no cars, kicking in no doors, shooting folks and all that. They wouldn't have to be doing that at all. Give them up. They don't want to give them up. Why is it that America, Chicago, is harboring criminals, immigrant criminals? Why? Ask yourself that question. Ask any politician, why are you guys harboring criminals, known criminals? I ain't talking about suspected criminals, but known criminals since you have set foot in this city, this sanctuary city. Why? And you complain about ICE. They've been locking us up. Black man and black woman, they cannot deport you. You're undeportable. This is your country. At least the good thing about an immigrant, he can go back home or she can go back home. You don't have no home. Your home is right here. Right here. You said, well, Martin, Mexicans are black too. You could send them back too. You said Jamaicans, they black, and Belizeans and Haitians, you could send them back too.
I want to send.
Real talk. This conversation is not debatable. I'm not on here finna debate with nobody. I'm telling you what it is, how we feel. It's undebatable. Black people, it's time to compete for those jobs. Educate yourself. Get a skill. It's time right now. Swim or sink in this sanctuary city. Your politicians have shown you they don't care nothing about you. Their agenda is what the Democratic Party agenda is here in Chicago. That's what their agenda is. Their agenda is not the black agenda. And when you tell them about the black agenda, they said, I'm for everybody. All right, come on, Mr. Roosevelt. Mr. Roosevelt. No, that's not Mr. Roosevelt. 7206. 7202. I think that's Mama Doris.
That's Mama Doris.
Yeah, hey, Mama Doris. Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you tonight. I know I surprised you tonight, but I'm fired up tonight. I'm fired up tonight, Mama Doris.
You're cooking.
Listen, ain't no
cooking tonight.
Ain't no debate tonight. I ain't finna debate with nobody tonight.
No.
If you ain't talking this language, I'm hanging up on you. Period. Period.
No, we don't have time. We don't have time to debate. It is time for us to start demanding what we want and getting what we want. And we start by getting rid of these Democratic politicians.
Mm-hmm.
We only have two parties in this country. It is time. We want someone from the Republican Party to come in here and run for those seats. It's time to get rid of these Democrats because they are the ones who are keeping us from advancing. They are the ones who have passed these policies to bring these people into this country. These people are here illegally. They need to go home. We need to leave ICE alone because ICE is doing what ICE is supposed to do. It stands for Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement. That is the job of ICE. It didn't just come about with Donald Trump. It's been in place for a long, long time. Obama deported between 3 and 4 million immigrants, illegal immigrants. You didn't hear anyone saying anything about what he did. So now everybody wants to make all of this about Donald Trump, Donald Trump. This is about the survival of Black people. It is the policies, as I'm always saying, it is the policies of the Democratic Party. Yes, both parties have participated in this because they're both benefiting from it. But it was under Joe Biden that we had this surge, this large surge of illegal immigrants coming into this country. They've always been coming in here, but not the number of immigrants, illegal immigrants that we've had to come into this country under the Democratic administration. So it's time for Black people to make up their minds, make a decision about, are you going to stay with this on this Democratic plantation, or are you going to try something else? What do we have to lose? You're right. We are citizens of this country. We built this country. We laid the foundation of this country. This country is what it is today because of Black labor. Over 300 years of it. And then you have this Negro at the Grammy, gets up there and talks about, well, immigrants built this country. Let me say this to you immigrants. You haven't built a damn thing. You have not built one thing in this country. And you would not be here had it not for our struggle. That's going back to that 1965 Voting Rights Act, when they put the naturalization immigration law back into law, because the 1923 Johnson-Reed Act is the one that stopped that large percentage of immigrants that were coming into this country. And from 1923 up until 1965, those numbers had dropped. And the reason that law was put in place, because you had our ancestors like Booker T. Washington, W.B. Du Bois, the NAACP, even the Black newspaper here, the Defender. They were all against it because it was impacting Black people in terms of those jobs. And as I say all the time, we're right back in the 1800s. So we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice if we want to survive and build a future for our children. I don't care about these other people. I am only concerned about Black people. And we have to think that way. We must think that way. Martin, I watched you cover that event out there around 79th Street yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, what was so insulting to me, Ernie Duncans had the audacity to talk about ICE and to bring up Donald Trump. Donald Trump was not out there on 79th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump was not out there shooting, and no one ever demanded from the police that these people be caught. When something happens to us, we're praying. And I'm not against prayer, but there's a proper time for everything. They never demanded that the Chicago Police Department find the killers of that young woman who left a baby behind.
Mm-hmm.
A homeless baby now. These Alderman Moore. These are Democrats. But let an immigrant get killed. Let an immigrant be killed. These Negroes are going to be foaming at the mouth. But when it comes to us, no one seems to care. No one is standing up for us. So we have to stand up for ourselves. We've got to get away from this Democratic Party. I want some Republicans to come in here and run for these seats. Because they're open and you have a good chance of winning. I'm about the interests of Black people. My interests, issues pertaining to Black people. I don't care what party it is. We have got to get out of this mindset because we're being destroyed. You know, according to the Department of Labor statistics, 76% of the jobs in this country are about white folks have those jobs. The next in line, Martin, Hispanics, 19%. Blacks, 12%. And then after that, Asians. We are losing ground because of these policies. This new American plan that Rahm Emanuel put together for immigrants only here in Chicago. Immigrants, Black people are not mentioned one time. Look at other communities versus our community.
That's me.
Look at the Hispanic community. Those communities are thriving. They run the businesses in their communities. Everybody is in our communities but us. And the few businesses that we do have, we find every excuse to not support Black businesses.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
If you have Black
and
businesses
shame
in
the
our communities,
devil.
they will hire our children. These people don't even hire our children. Our people and they have businesses in our communities. We keep the Asians rich, Black women running in getting that fake hair. You are making Asians filthy rich. And they don't even do business with us. What is wrong with us? We have some serious psychological issues that we need to deal with. Because if we don't, we won't be around. We are losing ground economically. These high taxes. Look at these taxes that they've imposed on in these communities. And you go north of here, they're 5-8% or whatever. They're much lower. Come on, what's wrong with us? What is up to us to make a change? It's on us because we have the education, we have the money, we have what we need to do what we need to do for ourselves. The only problem that it's a mental problem. We have a psychological problem. And I understand how we got there because for almost 400 years, we've been taught to not care about one another. We've been trained to not do business with one another. It's these policies of this government of the United States. And right now, we are under a Democratic administration. Every key person in position in the state of Illinois is a Black man or a Black woman. And look at our communities. Look at our schools. Look at where we are under these people. And we see it. I see it. We all see it. We complain about it. So when the hell are we going to get up and make a change and do something about it? Because no one is going to do it for us, Martin. No one is going to do it for us. These immigrants are in here, and they've been brought in here to replace us. They've been brought in here for that vote. The Democratic Party brought them here for that
Tell the
vote.
truth.
And so they're
and
giving them
shame the
everything
devil.
they need to survive. No one has ever given us anything. They have this man down in City Hall has spent almost $1 billion on illegal immigrants. Just think about how our communities would look if we had all that money poured into the south side and the west side of Chicago. Just look at what it could have done for us. They use TIF money. The TIF money, which is supposed to go for blighted areas. Where are the blighted areas? South, west sides of Chicago. But they use it to help developers, rich developers. They've used it to help the immigrants, all of them. Every last illegal immigrant or legal immigrant in this city, this sanctuary city. If you look at the sanctuary city, most of these sanctuary cities are where you have a large population of Black people. They don't have it in Oak Park. They don't have it in Evanston. Check out the sanctuary cities. All of them have a large population of Black people, and it was by design. It was strategically done by this Democratic Party. And since 1965, I had been voting as a Democrat. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's the policies. These laws, they have laws for Hispanics only. And we've had some of those so-called congressional black leaders who sponsored, who went along with some of those bills, and we cannot touch it. We cannot touch any of those things those people have. The Asians, they went along with filing this lawsuit to stop affirmative action. Now they're screaming now because they are being impacted by it too.
You breaking up, Mama Doris.
You go to schools like Harvard and these Ivy League schools. These Asians had most of these positions. We had maybe 2 or 3%. Look, family, none of these people care about us. Not one.
Preach.
And I don't care about them.
Preach. Mama Doris, I want to show some of the things that went on in that press conference too. This is, and did you know, Mama Doris, not one family member of the deceased was there at that press conference? Isn't that terrible? Not one family member that I know of was at that press conference. But you having a press conference without the family. You know, that goes to show you they haven't done their research.
It was all about show.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about show. Anytime David Moore, no one demanded that these people be caught. When other people are killed, they want them caught. Brandon Johnson concerned about ICE and illegal immigrants. When young people are, it's 1 p.m. in the afternoon, like you're at the shootout at the OK Corral, and he's concerned about ICE. And then David Moore, one of them has the audacity to say crime is down. Who's concerned about crime being down when my loved one has just been killed?
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me it's down. David Moore never demanded that they be caught. Ernie Duncan talking about ICE and Donald Trump. That's a distraction. When you talk about ICE, when you talk about Donald Trump, that's a distraction. It keeps them from doing what they're supposed to do, and we're not holding them accountable. Black people, what is wrong with us?
Mm-hmm. Mama Doris, let me play.
Something is wrong with us.
Let me play a little bit of it.
Being recorded.
Oh, somebody record. Let me play.
To introduce Alderman David Moore.
The volume is kind of low, but bear with me.
Thank you, giving honor to God.
Mr. Alderman talking. Might be a little low for you guys, so I'm trying to get it.
Thank everyone who's out here today. I hope your heart is pure for why you're out here.
Hold on, Mama. Let me get it.
And that's about this family.
It's down for y'all.
And to keep this family
Audio.
in prayer.
Yeah.
But while we're dealing with that and looking at that tragedy, God still sits on high. And if he didn't show that he's still God by protecting that baby, I don't know what else he could show you.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost a life, and we're sorry for that. But just as God sent his only begotten son, when he died, the goodness of that came out of that was salvation for us. Hallelujah. And that's why I am always happy and thankful to people like Pastor Dishman, Reverend Father Flager, Officer Scott, everybody day in and weekend out and nights who are along these streets praying and helping take care of our community. We hate for something like this to happen. It also happened downtown up north. But we're going to continue to come out, not just when something happened. I want to see everybody, and Reverend Flager and Pastor Medition out here praying when there's only 6 of us. Because that's what stops this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's stopping. And even those young men, people want to call them monsters, whatever you want to call them, I said a prayer for them. Because I'm asking God to change those hearts, change those minds. But in the process, as leaders, we have to do something. As leaders, we have to continue to make sure to make a difference, not just talk, but to continue to keep our community safe. Yeah, crime is down. Shootings are down.
Live
But guess
uncut
what?
unedited.
We have to continue to make sure that we strive for elimination. And so by doing that, it takes all of you that's standing out here to not only just come up and rally today, but come out when the cameras are not out here. To come out here when it's not showtime. To come out here when it's not election time.
Yes, sir.
But to come out because you care. And that's the action call today. So with
Alderman David Moore.
I'm going to bring up our mayor. Thank you, Mayor, for taking out of your schedule to come out here, but I know you would have been anyway. And so y'all welcome our mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson.
All right, listen up.
Thank you so much, you all. Thank you for Alderman David Moore and his leadership and his commitment to this community. You know, when I met Alderman Moore many years ago, before we were in elected position, we were walking these neighborhoods and talking to folks about how we can build better and stronger and much safer communities. And I just want to first acknowledge the profound, deep tragedy
Live uncut
that
unedited.
this community and communities across this city continue to experience because of gun violence. We're going to continue to stand strong, shoulder to shoulder with the families and the victims who have borne the brunt of the disinvestment that has created a great deal of pain in our communities. But we also want to thank the community for standing strong, remaining brave and courageous during these very difficult times. And of course, to the women and men who serve this city on the front line, our Chicago Police Department, who show up every single day for the people of this city. The people count on you, and thank you for showing up.
Live uncut unedited.
This tragedy continues to tear at the thread of the soul of Chicago. It's tragedies like this that remind us of how much more work that we have to do. This is not a season to gloat, but it's also not a season to be in despair. And I just want you all to know, as the mayor of this city, I'm never going to give up on the very communities that are raising our people. I thank God for our police department. I thank God for our community-based organizations. Thank you to our CVI workers who show up on the blocks every single day, not just trying to prevent violence, but investing in people. They don't just show up for the victims, they show up for the entire family. And of course, Father Michael Flager, thank you, brother, for just being who you're doing. So we're going to put our arms around one another, you all. We're still Chicago. And no matter how people try to divide us, no matter how people try to conquer us, this is a city that has a profound impact on not just this state, but this country. Let's demonstrate what it means to really hold people accountable. I just want to end with that. We're going to find and bring justice to not just this family, but families across this city who have been struck by violence. We're going to hold those individuals responsible, but that doesn't just mean locking them up. It means making sure that we don't create other individuals that believe the only way in which they can survive in this city is through violence and crime. It's not enough to eliminate violence. We have to replace it with good funded schools and good paying jobs and access to mental health care. Let's not allow this moment to take us or deter us away from what our
Live
ultimate
uncut
goal is,
unedited.
which is to have the safest, most
Mayor Brandon
affordable
Johnson.
big city in America.
City of Chicago.
And we're going to do that together. Are you with me, Chicago? Show me some expression, Southside. Now, we have partners, you all, at every level of government. And I'm grateful that we have a partner in the Senate. So please, we're bringing to the podium, please welcome State Senator Willie Preston.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna cut it right there. I just want to show you guys a little bit of that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna cut that out.
It's not.
I know what
It's not clear, Mark.
I know it wasn't clear. I know it wasn't clear. That's why I cut it off. I don't know what's wrong with it. I shared it, but I don't. Sometimes this thing acts up. I'm so sorry, but you've seen it already, and yeah, they could hear it, but you guys couldn't hear it because I couldn't hear it. You know, I had to listen up. So I appreciate it. Let me take the next caller real quick. Hold on, Mama Doris. Area code 847. Area code. I think that's Taiwan anyway. I think it's in, but he gone. All right, man. Old timer, 4093.
Yes, sir. And well, I mean, you started off by making some good comments about what we need to do. Now, we right now is on the 1619 project. You know, everybody's going back to 1619, talking about, okay, then so that should mean something. But we live in this country from day to day, and what we do is what we do. At this point in time, this is who we are. Now, what we want to do from day to day, that's us. Everybody is different. When you look over in Iran, they flooding the streets over there about their government. Okay. They flooding the streets. When you look over in Turkey, 317. They flooding the streets. Now, only people that's probably not flooding the streets is probably us, because we have
hold it right there,
openly,
brother. Hold it right there, brother.
Okay,
hold
go ahead.
Hold it.
You remember I use the word flooding now. I use the word flooding.
Hold it, brother. Hold it.
Go ahead.
We listen. Ever since black people been in this country, we've been fighting. Now, we were the ones that's out in these streets protesting and all that. Chicago, give you an example, and it's factual. Chicago, young people was the ones out there putting their bodies on the front line. It wasn't the older people. It was the younger people out there.
It was the younger.
Yeah, the young people came out there and got felonies, got arrested about Laquan McDonald. These are young people that have done that. And the results, hold on, people. The results of that was the city of Chicago, every officer have a body cam. Every car has a dash cam. After the shooting of Laquan McDonald, young people pushed on that. Young people, you got some young people right now can't get a good job right now because they protest and put their reputation on the line with the Chicago police officer. They didn't care. I witnessed it. I documented it. So I don't want you to get on here talking about what black people ain't doing. We fighting. We are fighting every day. And we're not going to fight for... No, because I know where you was going. I know where you was going. But I want to put the brakes on you, preacher. See, that's what...
not all the way. Not all the way, Martin. Because we do what we want to do. When Willie Wilson was out there giving out gas cards, people was getting up at 5 a.m. doing what they want to do, get their gas cards. So don't tell me we can't do what we want to do.
I didn't say what we couldn't do. We want to do. I never said that.
I'm just stating for the record. What we have to do, we have to survive in this country from day to day. My children have to survive in this country from day to day. I have told them, look, nobody is going to give you anything. Nobody. You got to go out and you got to take it by force. You got to go until you get the job that you want to get to make it. Your rent is going to be high. Your gas is going to be high. Your food is going to be high. Nobody, if you can't live off of me, you got to make it on your own. And that's what we have to do. But when Willie Wilson's giving those gas cards out, wait a minute, brother. But Willie Wilson, I ain't trying to take over your show. Giving those gas cards out, bam, 5 o'clock in the morning, in different places, we were there. We have to do the same thing aggressively to go and get these jobs. Every job out there, we got to see ourselves wanted. We got to see ourselves there. If we don't see it, hey, you ain't gonna have no survival. That's plain and simple. Nobody's giving us nothing from here on out. Nobody. No matter what kind of talk we do, you got to go out. The Bible even says, the kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. You got to take it by force. If you don't take it, you ain't gonna get nothing. And what we want to do, you know what we want to do? We want to burn. That's what we want to do. See, we want to burn and talk about, well, you know, we are oppressed people. We've been pushed down. And anytime a person been stepped on, they only fight back the only way they know how. We want to keep that kind of junk going.
But
when we see them white folks,
brother, old timer, stop
okay,
it. Stop.
Okay,
Stop. Excuse me for yelling.
Okay, go ahead.
What kind of people that have a spending power of $1 trillion? Is that a lazy people?
I didn't say we was lazy.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying, what kind of people that got a spending power of $1 trillion? What kind of people? How could you describe them type of people? Who are they?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying, Martin, I think that we're smart enough.
Answer my question. Who I'm talking about?
Well, I guess it's us. You talking about us? Because I mean, I keep hearing those numbers.
Ain't no lazy people got that much spending power. Now, some of us may be lazy. See, a lot of stuff I hear on here is a lot of propaganda on black people. I hear wherever the news. Listen, we've been working in this country for free for over 400-some years. Now we're demanding our pay and what we're worth. Now it's a problem. We lazy all of a sudden. We lazy. And we know the world is a big stage.
You talking about the $15 an hour?
Right. Listen. No.
You talking about the $15 an hour?
Mama Doris, help me out. Hold on, Mama Doris, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what you're talking about.
This man is out of touch with reality.
I just want to know what you're talking about.
They're not hiring black people on these construction jobs that are paying $40 an hour. They're not hiring black teachers. They're not hiring black policemen. In city government, they're not hiring us.
I know that all too well.
You can't get a job if people are not hiring you. But what we must do in this city, we must change this political landscape. We must get rid of these politicians who are not representing us. That's where we need to start.
Well, then go ahead and do that then. We are 29% of the population here. We start with J.B. Pritzker, taking him out of office, and then go on down the line. We can do it, but we have got to get out of this mindset that we vote for the Party and we vote for someone who looks like us. That is okay. Mother Doris, answer your question. How did the state fare under Bruce Rauner? Rauner was a Republican governor, and he shut down every black program that had to do with health care. He ran all of the black businesses ran all of the black health care businesses in the ground, and they still haven't recovered under a Republican government.
Say again. We must
change. So you don't want to talk about that. So you don't want to say that. So you don't want to say that.
We must change the political landscape here in the city of Chicago.
And I'm telling you what happened under Republican governor.
Well, you know what? You can be anti-Republican. That's on you.
I'm telling you what happened. What happened under Republican governor?
Okay.
People are still broke today. Well,
it is up to us to change the political landscape. Because we are not benefiting.
I'm talking facts. You talking something.
Okay.
So when we vote, I'm not just saying go to the Republicans and vote Republican. We go to the Republicans with an agenda. We haven't even given them. Well, we had an agenda in the last.
Mama Doris, hold it. Let me answer this question for my brother. We've been voting here in this city of Chicago for the last 75 years for Democrats. Look around. Look around. 4 years with Governor Rauner and 75 years Democrat running this city. And look at it. How would you grade Chicago? How would you grade it?
Okay.
Yeah. You know why? You know why? You know. Okay, as a group, how would you grade it? Yeah, I know you will. I know it. Listen, I know it. Guess what? You know this city messed up. You know it, and I know it, and you will never admit it. Look at our city, brother. You scared? Listen.
Bro, I was down there all day today, and I saw nothing but free flowing traffic.
That ain't what we're talking about.
And I saw nothing.
Okay, listen, brother. Listen.
This man is out of touch with reality. He's completely
I'm sorry, I'm out of touch. I don't need to be out of touch, but if I am, bring me back on in. Reel me in. I'm here to learn.
We're talking about saving our lives. We're talking about a future for Black people here in the city of Chicago. We start by taking these politicians who are in office out of office now, starting with the governor. As Martin just said, the Democrats have been in power in this city over 70-some years. Look at our condition. This is what we need to be focusing on. They are not hiring us. And Martin, you know, you talked about the demonstration we had after Laquan McDonald was killed. We also forced Rahm Emanuel out of this city. That's why he did not run. That is what these young people did. That is what we have done. We have never stopped fighting. But an election is coming up. We have an election coming up here in March. We have a wonderful sister who's running for the United States Senate, the Dick Durbin seat, Pamela Long. This is someone we can get behind. She talks and speaks about our interests, and she's not afraid. And she's running as a Republican. I'm supporting her because she supports the interests of Black people. She's not afraid to talk about it. That's where it begins. The only way you can change.
I got one question. How many people listening? Just put in the comments. How many people?
317. 317. 317. You're done for the night. Talk to you. You don't ever come on here and disrespect my program, bro. Yeah.
I mean, see, these people are so hung up on party, and they're not focusing on issues and interests, things that are related to us, things that are going to help us. But I'm talking about issues. So if the Republican Party can represent my issues, that's where I'm going. The Democrats are not representing the interests of Black people. Oh, they're talking about immigrants, illegal immigrants, like at the press conference the other day. This young woman has been killed, and Arnie Duncan gets up and talks about Donald Trump and ICE. Donald Trump was not out there. How disrespectful. That was very disrespectful to the Black community. We're talking about a woman who is dead, a child who does not have a mother, and he's going to talk about Donald Trump. It's a distraction. They continue to keep us distracted, so we will not hold them accountable, and they're just building up their talking points for the next election. We have got to get rid of every Black politician who's in office in the state of Illinois because they're not doing anything for us. And if we can't understand that, then may God help us.
All right, Sergeant. Come on, Sergeant. 912. Sarge.
Okay, I had to. I had to come off mute. You know, I always go on mute when I come on.
I appreciate it.
Background noise.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that.
Yeah, but the sister just touched on something that I was going to bring up. Is you have the young woman that was killed, and you had Brandon talking about something about immigrants, but he's trying to upcharge the citizens, right, to cover that debt that he caused by following the Democrats' doggone path with the doggone illegals. And for the longest time, I said they were focusing on doing that because the second election for Obama, when Blacks didn't show up in that high clip, they're like, okay, we need another group of people to be dependent on us, like we ended up having Blacks dependent on us as the Democratic Party to get our voting margin together. Okay? Now, there ain't no damn way. And I'm going to land my plane here. You talking nationally. There ain't no damn way Ilhan Omar should have got elected to anything. And that Mondami, New York cat, that dude, he shouldn't have got elected either. See, because if anybody knew what was going on in the United Kingdom, and you see what's going on over there, man, they damn near Sharia law. See, so it ain't just, you got certain Democratic cities like Chicago, been Democrat run 95 years, ain't improved nothing as a blacks at all. See, so people need to look at that. Pay attention to your vote. Stop getting in your feelings and voting blue no matter who. But then you got to ask, are there any Republicans running for city elections? Who?
Not city election. That's why we're.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. You got to start
that's why
locally.
we want Republicans to come in here and run for these offices.
Well, yeah, I understand wanting to come and run. I understand that. But if they have no belief that they have a chance in winning, and when you're talking about 95 years, a Republican has not been a mayor of Chicago, I mean, who's going to be interested, Because at the end of the day, it's all about winning. You make promises, but it's all about a win at the end of the day.
We have a sister running as a Republican. She's running for Dick Durbin's seat, Pamela Long.
Okay, I know about her. I'm talking about the city of Chicago.
There are other Republicans running. They're running for different offices.
Okay,
but I'm not. But let me make it clear now. I'm not talking about
Chicago.
I'm not talking about voting for a Republican just to be voting for a Republican. We have an agenda to give all of them who's running. So we want Republicans to come into the city to run, and we have an agenda for them to run on for us. I'm not just saying
just like it's been an agenda.
Republican.
Just like it's been an agenda that the Democrats have been saying they're running on for black people for all these years, and nothing's been done.
We haven't given the Democratic Party an agenda. We have not done that. This last mayoral election, the last mayoral election is the only time an agenda has been presented to a Democratic politician in this city, and I've been here 50 years. We had an agenda. We gave it to Brandon Johnson. He did not even accept it. So why should we continue to vote for black politicians who do not even respect an agenda that's been given to them by the people, the citizens of the city of Chicago? All of those black aldermen had a copy of that agenda that that Sister Erica and I put together, and others adopted it. They got a copy of the agenda. Desmond Yancey, every black alderman down there. So if they cannot respect an agenda that we give them, why should we continue to vote for them?
Well, I want to say this too, real quick.
Well, I mean,
hey, Sarge, let me just stick this in there. Mm-hmm. For those of you out there that work for white people and you know they're racist, I need you to quit your job. You ain't gonna do that, are you? I know you're not gonna do it. They always talk about who racist and all that, but they work for racist white people. Go get it. You're not gonna quit your job. I don't care how racist they are. You know you need your job to pay your mortgage and all that. You're gonna work for the white racist people, regardless, Republican or Democrats. You're gonna work for them. I had to throw that in there. It was just on my mind. Go ahead, Sarge. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there.
That's the same thing with the dope game. Hey, you selling dope, you working for the white man.
That's right.
I mean, do black Americans have planes and boats to fly and float dope? No. So the way this country is designed, you're going to work pretty much primarily for some white corporation. That's just the way it is.
It's about using our power
Mm-hmm.
to demand what we need to have and what we should get in this city in particular. We have the power. But stay on issues. Stop allowing these Democrats to use Donald Trump as a distraction. Donald Trump did not raise those taxes in some of those communities as high as Brandon Johnson did. ICE did not do it. Brandon Johnson spent almost $1 billion on illegal immigrants. As I said earlier, look at what we could have done for that money in our communities. The Black schools in the Black community are failing. They're not hiring us on city jobs anymore. Jobs that we used to have, the illegal immigrants are in there. Pritzker, okay, illegal immigrants becoming policemen. And who are they going to police? Us. This is what J.B. Pritzker did. Pritzker signed a bill a couple of years ago to teach homosexuality to kindergarten children in Chicago public school system and in the state of Illinois. You mean to tell me we're going to continue to put this man back in office? This man has spent millions and millions of dollars on illegal immigrants, not on Black folks, not in our community. Look at our communities. There's no economic development going on in our community. Go north. Go north and see what's going on the north side. And you come back to the south side. It looks like a bomb has been dropped. And everybody in our community is everybody but us. Something is wrong with that picture.
Mm-hmm.
How long are we going to keep that picture on our walls?
Buck.
Okay, well, if you go back in time, you'll see Chicago has always been that way.
We're talking about now. We're talking about.
Hold on, sister. Now you're talking about what it looks like now, and I'm telling you what it's always looked like anyway. All someone has to do is just. Oh my goodness. Can I finish a statement? I'm not trying to point the finger and blame it at anybody. I'm just stating facts here. Okay? They have documentaries about the Union stockyards. Okay? That's how it was then. The Chicago River had to be reversed to reverse that water to the Mississippi River, opposed to going in Lake Michigan, because it was contaminating that water, right? And all this stuff was from where? The South Side. There's never really been any economic development going on the South Side.
We were much better off than we are now. We had political power in the city. We had the jobs in this city. We're losing those jobs. The Chicago Board of Education used to be 45% of the teachers used to be Black. We're down to 19% now. The Hispanics have surpassed us on the police department, on the fire department. But we're the ones who filed those lawsuits against these agencies, not anyone else. Us. We opened up those doors. So all I'm saying is we're losing now under a Democratic administration on the state level and on the local level. Okay. And we can change that.
Okay, let's take another call. Well, let's take another call. I'll come back to you, Sarge. You're good. Buck, come on, Buck. Then I got 501. Come on, Buck.
Blessings all. It's pretty sad. I see the video where you had the press conference, all these politicians and ministers go up there, run up there for attention, and the young lady lost her life, and nobody really cared about it before and after. I haven't seen a video when a police car was spotted that entered the block and they wasn't even approached. So, the Chicago police have lost control of the city since the pandemic. They don't have no respect. They don't do their job, and we're in trouble with the Black community because they're not coming to help us in no circumstance. They have a big show on the police after that young lady was murdered as a joke because they never are there when we really need them. And these politicians, give me a break. Brandon Johnson always throw the black card in there. He is only black when it's for show and stuff. Realize if you're a black person, you don't see how these guns and drugs from all these foreign countries that have been plugged in our community to help us destroy itself. Never has he spoke out against that. He always worried about an immigrant, a person with no paperwork. If you would go talk to them, they're speaking their mother language and wouldn't even respect us and stuff. So it's ridiculous. For these politicians, you know, we got people in office that never represented us. We had Dick Durbin there for how many years? He ain't did a damn thing. But the thing what lost me about him and Jesse White, when Roland Burris, one of the few brothers I did respect, who was a real servant of the public, and they didn't want him to take over Obama's seat. They did everything to push him out of there. So you look at the where we look at our own community, we fight ourselves. Our own people they put in office are the ones exactly who destroy us. Number one, if you're a politician, you need money to run. You notice in the Democrat Party, ain't nobody asking for the money from the community. Meaning Pritzker's bankrolling all these candidates, all the puppets, all Pritzker people, the Julian, whatever, the lieutenant governor, and the rest of them, all his puppets. They all running with his agenda. They talking about Trump and all this other rhetoric, but they don't have no what is their agenda? All they talking about, if you get so caught up in the rhetoric, where you hear all this garbage they speaking on, but never give you what they stand for, then you wasting your time when you support these Democrats or anybody who come to you with the head in hand talking about they care about you. You ain't never heard or seen them before. Then our ministers have lost all credibility because never are they around to be there for these kids. They not only the evil of this country is so deep. It's hard for you to, if a person really think and know how they discriminate against us. And I done worked in situations where they discriminate on names of where the black people name their children in jobs. They won't hire me because of the way they named and the way they hair. They can't do it no more with braids and dreads, but they would try to do that about 10 years ago. So it's always, we up a hill because we got the people, our very people that should be on our side is on the other side. We are grassroots people and nobody really has got our back out here. Nobody you can put in office right now. And Jesse Jackson Jr. want to run again for what? What did he do the first time? It appalls me the gall of some of these people to just come before us and act like we retarded or something. Even old time, I'm talking about what other people do. Our situation ain't nothing like nobody in this world. Nobody else been black. Nobody else been slave. Nobody else been Foundation America. We fought since the Civil War to try to fight for this country, and we never got no respect. Ain't no damn way in the world that America can sit up there and talk about we don't deserve them. We deserve everything they got and then some. We should be at the first one sitting at the table before they bring anybody else to the table. But unfortunately, we got this thing of today's modern society of sellouts. Money controls people's mind. Status controls people's mind. The social media control people's mind. So when you look at people that say in words to you, oh, I got you, I'm support you, I wouldn't trust it unless they there from day one. You could start with Barack Obama. He said he was a social activist. I never seen him in the community, but everybody can put you up there if you got enough people telling you. We got a station like WVO, and that's the only black station here in Chicago, and they only speak about the rhetoric of the Democratic Party. They, from Rahm Emanuel to Lori Lightfoot and now Brandon Johnson, they only let them talk on there, and you can't call in and talk about none of the things they haven't done for us because it's off their agenda. They control this way we talk to people, our politicians, our leaders, so we don't have no input. The churches don't got our back. Only God can help us, but we got to come together because black people, because fighting and going back and forth is not going to win because the people watching us all day, every day, they don't want us to connect. If we would ever sit down and say, listen, we're going to do this, we're going to be one, and we're going to work together no matter where you are, what's their stature in life, they would not like that. They would find an infiltrator to somebody to come in there and destroy us. Until we know who we are and know who they are, we got to, and the people that imposter to be black, like Brandon Johnson and so on and so forth, anybody that would take that job is a traitor to our race. So I'm going to sit back. I'm here, but somebody can speak on it.
501. Come on, 501. Next caller.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for holding, brother.
Mr. Robert.
Yeah.
What I would like to say is both parties have worked so that we would resolve giving them more power over our situation. Everybody's coming up with the same thing. Just because they're black, which is what the goal is, for you not to put your own proper representation, not somebody bringing it to us. We must build the actual candidates from ourselves. It is our politics that built the Democratic Party. To give up on all the years that all the funding came for our causes is not a good thing. What the good thing is, before they get this vote, how many times are you talking about before you get in this seat? What are we putting on the ballot that says we got a right to get you out of seat? Like Brandon, how do you get him out of his seat? You didn't put that on the ballot before you voted, and you're going to give a Republican that did not stop the migrants from coming in, and the migrants came in because of the Republican governor of the state of Texas. So the people in Chicago should be saying that we need to go after the state of Texas, the governor of Texas, so that the governor of Texas should have to pay that $1 billion for him sending busloads of people to the city, hold the both parties liable, the Republican and the Democrat. We must take the party that we built and build it better, not give up on it, not talk about somebody talking about, our issues. No, sir. They got to sign documentation that they signed it beforehand, and we have a right to take them out of office. You're not going to politic, say our issues so you can get in, and we have no power. We have to be more involved in what politics is. And how many years have we ever talked about changing all the laws so that a politician doesn't have a right to filibuster us out of our right like he does decorum? He mentioned international law, and I ain't heard anybody talk about it. He said international law dictates that we take care of these people. So right there's a charge that he's taking international law instructions from the international community, and he's obeying that, not obeying the fact that he was voted in to represent the people. We have to get more into the politics of what gives them a right once they get in the building and they tell you only got so many minutes. We need to deal with that so that they don't have a right to just sit in the building, waste our time, and that's it. We have to be more powerful in keeping what we've been doing. We've been trusting in what we've been doing. We can't give up on it. We have to get into the politics of what gives them the right to have power and governance over us. Once we do that, we're going to be better off as a group of people and make sure that we put the people in that beforehand had to commit to getting something done before they get the vote. Not play around, we're going to trust you. If we get into that, all the injury of it is going to get us something. We're not giving up on this party. We built it. It was built off of our lives. Nobody else is ours, and everyone else is benefiting from what we are. We cannot change just because some black people want to help the other group of people. There's black people that are no frills, no thrills. Find them and get them in their positions. That's what we need to do.
Well, not that, since we should go back to Reconstruction and say black people built the Republican Party during that time, because that's when during Reconstruction is when we got a lot of senators from the southern states.
That's
so
right.
We could say we built that party then. So, but what we cannot do, we cannot continue to go down this road with the Democratic Party, because for the last 65 or 70 years, we really have not gotten anything. And we get everything that we have gotten in this country is because we fought for it. No one gave us anything. No one gave us anything. So we have to start voting our interests, voting on issues that pertain to us. And we're not doing that now. We're letting the Democratic Party dictate to us what we support, as we did as they tried to do in the last election: immigration, abortion, and LGBTQ. That was the platform of the Democratic Party. And it did not help us. And I'm glad we defeated them, because if that woman had gotten in, we could just hang it up. Black people could hang it up. Now, he spoke about Abbott in Texas. Abbott got rid of those people because they were hurting that economy down there. They were hurting his budget. And he sent them here so that he wouldn't have to continue to use his money to take care of illegal immigrants. Now, we didn't have to take those people here, but because we have this sanctuary city concept and nonsense, We took them in. Brandon Johnson could have said then, you know what? We are a sanctuary city, but economically, financially, we cannot afford it. He did it because that is what the Democratic Party was pushing, bringing these people into this country for the purpose of making them registered voters and to run us out of this city and run us off the land. And if Black people cannot understand that, if we cannot understand that, then I don't know what else we can do, what else I can do or say. These taxes, Black people losing their properties. This is happening. We are losing across the board. So do I continue to vote for a party that is contributing to this? Do we continue to vote for a party that is contributing to our demise? That is cutting us out of jobs, that is cutting us out of the resources that we need to build our communities, cutting us out of resources that we could use to help our young people, and maybe we could stop some of this violence that's going on in our communities. If we invested that money in our young people, like they're investing the money in the immigrant children and their families. Come on, people, let's think. This is about money.
Okay. I want to shout out to DJ Mike. He been messing with me on his live. All right. Not in a bad way, people. Not in a bad way. So, people, the point is, I want to get to the whole point. We have to get involved in politics. We have to get in. There has to be a change here in the city of Chicago. Because we're going backwards.
Yes, sir.
All the Black communities, brother, are declining. No Democrat could deny this. No Democrat that's here in the city of Chicago that can deny that all our Black communities, predominantly Black, are on a decline. None of them could deny this. None of them. None of them. I don't care what they say. They can go on pretend like it's not real, but it is real. And my thing is, I need to know what each and every last one of these politicians going to do for Black people. That I want to know. I'm concerned. I want to know. I don't want to hear that I'm for everybody. No, what are you going to do for the Black community? Why should we vote for you? Because you're Black? Because you look like us? And we know that's proven that don't even work here, Mama Doris. We got all these Black politicians. It's not working.
Doesn't work.
It's not working. I'm just keeping it real, people. I'm keeping it real, man.
So why would we continue to put these people back in office? What do we have to lose trying something else?
It's the same thing, man.
No, not necessarily so.
The Republican Party exists already.
Mother, you sound like Trump. What you got to lose?
You know,
the Republican Party already exists.
Donald Trump
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not the problem of the city of Chicago.
I don't believe he is, ma'am.
That we have in office now is the problem
Yes,
that we have. It is not that we need to stop allowing these people to use Donald Trump to keep from doing what they need to do for us.
I vote
And
for
that's
Donald
what
Trump, man.
doing. Donald Trump is not the mayor of the city of Chicago. Donald Trump is not the governor of the state of Illinois.
I understand.
Donald Trump is not here. So stop allowing them to continue to use ICE, to use Donald Trump to keep us from, so they don't have to do what they need to do for us. Why is Brandon Johnson concerned about ICE when ICE is trying to get illegal criminals out of this city? Why is he concerned about Minnesota when we have all these problems here in this city? Violence is out of control.
Yes, ma'am.
Our young people, every ward, all 20 Black wards, the unemployment in those wards is 30%.
Yes, ma'am.
All of them, 30%.
I just wanted to know if it's known that it's like that in every Democrat-run city where you have a Black mayor. Is that a known fact to everybody here?
have these sanctuary cities. Most of these sanctuary cities have a large population of Black people, but let's just keep it in Chicago. We know what's here in Chicago. I'm talking about Chicago tonight.
Okay, sister, I know you're
Chicago.
talking about Chicago. I know you're talking about Chicago, but I was trying to.
Chicago. Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to. Could I expand the conversation a little bit, or is that against the rules?
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Keep going.
Now, check this out. Now, there was a beautiful little girl, Shakoria Turner, had a situation in Atlanta where a guy was shot by the police because he grabbed a police taser, gonna run off being combative. Tasers are tasers. 9mm are 9mm. So y'all know who won. Now, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, she was the mayor of Atlanta. They had this whole containment area, right? Just like they did in the other cities. This all stuff that they're out there with rifles and everything and all that, right? Military-style rifles. Shouldn't have been allowed to do that, but hey. You know what happened? Once that little girl ended up, her mother drove through one of their barricades. Well, not one of their barricades, one of their borderlines, whatever it is. They fired on that woman, killed that baby. The very next day, the bulldozers were out there, bulldozing everything by that Wendy's out of there, to include tearing down the Wendy's business that got burned out, that all this stuff started, right? And she conveniently, the press wanted to talk to her. Oh, my stepson came home. He tested positive, so we got to quarantine for 2 weeks. Oh, isn't that convenient? See? Right, and this is what happens all the time. It's nationwide.
All right.
I'm
trying to figure out too.
No, it's nationwide.
Okay, brother.
You get a Black Democrat running a Black city.
Brother. Okay. We're getting ready to shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. Okay. I'd have got tired now. All right, people. I'm gone, Mama Doris. I appreciate all you guys. 501-6650 buck.
I hope you have another follow-up.
Yeah, I will. I'm trying to keep this. I'm just gonna end it right here. I'm gonna end it right here. We'll come back at a visit again. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is share the video, like, subscribe, share the video, people. If you like the content on this station, on this channel, hit like and subscribe. This is real. We don't have no booty clapping. We talk about real everyday issues, people. Everyday issues. That's what we're talking about.
I did watch the airing of the press conference. I did watch.
Thank you. I wish I could have went live, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it though, but I did get it a little bit. Best I could. Thank you for that, sir. So you guys will know what's going on.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you. All right, people, y'all ready?
All
right, no problem. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Live,
Uncut, unedited.
Tell the